Welcome back to my channel and look at all the dust here. Anyway, today I'm going to show you how I use an external instrument. A quick video showing you some setup, how I do it and things like that. So as for setup, my Moog synthesizer is connected with MIDI out and MIDI in cables, and those cables are connected to my audio interface, which is a RMA Fireface UCX. In addition, the Moog synthesizer also have a USB output, which is also connected to my computer. That USB output is used for controlling the synthesizer using the plugin, which I'm going to just show you a little bit later on. So we have a blank template here in Ableton Live with 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio tracks, and we just don't need those audio tracks, so I will delete them. On the left here in Ableton Live, I'm reusing Ableton Live 10. You have different things you can select. You have sounds, drums, instruments, and different things depending on what version you have. In this case, we are going to add an external instrument into Ableton Live so that it works just like an VST plugin you would buy from a software company. So what you do, you just click on instruments here and you have external instrument, and you just drag external instruments to your MIDI track, your first MIDI track, for example. I usually play in this mode, so I press tab to get into this mode, and we have the tracks here. And if we look on the bottom here, you have external instrument here. So my external instruments MIDI interface is connected to my audio interface. So I am going to select MIDI 2, and I'm going to select UCX MIDI port 1. And then I'm going to use channel 1, which is the channel I am sending MIDI data on to my synthesizer. And my synthesizer is also set to channel 1. So you have to check that as well. So if I play on the keyboard here now, you can see that it's receiving data. As you can see, it's blinking orange there, but you don't have any sound. So what you do, you have to select the audio input as well on your interface. In this case, I know it's number 5, but you can also play on your keyboard and you can see where you see the kind of the meter giving you green live data. So you just select number 5, and when I play now, we have sound from an external synthesizer into Ableton Live. So now we can use it just like a regular plugin. So I can go to my sample library thing and use some kind of construction kit here and drag in a MIDI file if I want. Let's try this pluck, see if that works. Press play. It works. And as any instrument, you can add reverb and you can add delay, just like any VST plugin. So you can just... and we can... So that's the way I use external instruments, or actually I just have one external instrument, and that's the Moog synthesizer, and I like to use it in my tracks. It kind of gives my tracks more organic vibes in a way, if you can say it like that. I think it adds some character. Yeah, I can show you a track where I actually use it and where I have some effects and things like that, and I can also show you the plugin. Not every synthesizer or external synthesizer come with plugins, so you have to control them using Midi CC data. But the Moog here comes with a plugin where you can manage your patch library, and you can control some of the synthesizer through this plugin. So I have this melody going here. We have to select the right channel here. So now I'm controlling the external synthesizer with an external kind of control plugin, if you will. The sound is not coming from this plugin. This is just a plugin that is controlling the external synthesizer in regards of patches and things like that. If you wanted to control the synthesizer without having a plugin like this, you can go into the actual MIDI clip here. So if you double click on the MIDI clip, and you can change the Midi CC data, which is done here, show the envelope box. This is like automation lanes in Ableton Live, but here you are automating the Midi CC data. So on envelopes here you go to MIDI control, and then you have numbers here. It says modulation, breath, foot pedal, things like that, and then you just have some numbers down here. In most cases you don't know what this is, so you have to take up your manual from your synthesizer. You have to take a look inside your manual, and you will see on the end here what this number will control. So if we see 19 here, 19 is controlling the filter cutoff. So if we want to automate the filter cutoff on the synthesizer without having a plugin, we would go to MIDI control here, and we would select 19, and we would just drag in some kind of envelope over here, like so. So we can check it out, see how that sounds. So that is one way of controlling an external synthesizer using Midi CC data. And you can also do that using a plugin if your synthesizer have this kind of plugin. So the drawback here is that for a plugin like the Silent or something like that, I can just duplicate it and create another track with that synthesizer, and it will work just fine. And I cannot do that with this one, because this is just one synthesizer, and it will just play this one track. So if I want to use the synthesizers to play a pad or some other type of track, I have to record the track to an audio file, and then I have to make a new track and load in a new sample over there. So what I would do is, when I record the track, you just insert a new audio track. So on the new audio track, I select Moog sub external, and then I select pre-effects, post-effects, or post-mixer. I select pre-effects because I don't want any effects on my recorded audio file. I want to be able to add them in the end there. So we do that, so we get this dry, clean signal from the synthesizer. We arm the track by pressing the record button there, and then we press record in Ableton Live, and it should record the audio file. And you can see it's recording the audio file here in real time. While you record this, you can adjust the synthesizer by hand, if you will, as well. So now I have this audio file here. So if I just solo that file, play it back. So this is the raw data from the synthesizer without any effects or anything applied. So I can just take the effects from my track here and just copy that. You can just add that in here. Reduce the volume to 9.7. Bring in the effects here, which I had on the track above. And it will sound like it's coming from the synthesizer, but it's the recorded audio file. And let's switch to the actual external synthesizer. Switch back. So now we have recorded a external instrument in Ableton Live, and now I can just go into here and I can, for example, well, let's see, I want to have a bass sound. So let's just take that up here, go into my synthesizer, just select a bass patch maybe. You get the point, I guess. Maybe we don't want that much effects on the bass, of course. Then you can just... So, and then you can just make a new track of this one, and you can record that into a new audio file. And that's how I record my external instruments, and yeah, I think it works pretty good. Hope that was interesting and it helps in some way. The next video is going to be how I get out of this 8-bar-ish loop, and stick around for that. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, comment below if you have any suggestions, or if I am very wrong in what I say. You are also welcome to share your opinions and thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.